I have not seen a group so vocal and so angry so often. But Sony shooters are mad because of a new camera, which you would expect. Like last year, I feel like Sony didn't do too much. This year, they're doing a lot, and nobody's happy with it. So Sony just came out with the brand new RX1R Mark III. If you're not familiar with this camera, that's totally fine. It might have come out before you ever even picked up a camera.
Yes.
Because the last time that they released this camera, the RX1R Mark II, was 10 years ago. Now, if you guys are trying to figure out what is this camera, because you're looking at the picture on screen and it sort of looks like a point and shoot, the best way to think about this camera is it sort of sits in the Leica Q Fuji X100V, where it is a compact camera with a fixed lens on it, but it is designed not to be like a traditional old school point and shoot cheap camera. It is designed to be a premium photography camera that allows you to, in a way, cut through all the fluff and just focus on the photography side of what the camera can do. And so if you guys are wondering, okay, so what is this camera? The easiest way to look at it is this is Sony's all-in-one point and shoot, but I feel like that's sort of derogatory to like limit it to the name point and shoot. But
it's a fixed lens.
It's a fixed lens, but it is a solid lens. So we're looking at a 35mm f2 Zeiss lens. It's also a 61 megapixel. It's got Sony's latest AI autofocusing. It's got their latest operating system. It's got all of the bells and whistles that we've seen in the past Sony cameras, like the A7Rs, the A7CRs. And this is very highly supposed to be a high-end photography camera. It also has video specs, right, Jarrell? But they're limiting.
Ooh,
they're very limited.
They are very limited.
I'm pretty
4K
sure
30.
4K 30.
And then you can do full frame up to 120p.
Yes. And so as you guys can see, this camera is not a sleeper camera. It's got some amazing specs. However, this is where most people are getting mad. The price point of this camera is $5,100.
And that's without any accessories.
You want to talk about the accessories?
Them accessories be mad disrespectful. Like if you want a thumb grip, you know, where you put it into the hot shoe and then you have a little thumb grip, it's $300. A little piece of metal, $300. If you want a lens hood for your little fixed
you gotta stop saying
that sounds
so disrespectful.
Sounds so disrespectful.
Let's go into it.
Let me calm down.
Yeah, you're gonna have a chance.
When I mean little, it's a little lens.
It
I
is
don't
little.
mean like
it is physically small.
Not your little. Your little lens, it's $200. And then if you want a case for the body, a little faux leather, it's $250.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay, so here's the question. And I feel like I keep saying this with Sony cameras. This is an FX2 all over again.
This is worse.
Who is this camera for? I have to say, my initial thought goes, Sony fanboys. They got to be the number one listed. Like, who is this for? Sony fanboys.
Sony fanboys who are doctors or lawyers.
So that becomes my deal. It's like when you think about this camera, if you just look at the spec sheet, I got to be honest. And I said the exact same thing with the FX2. If you just look at the spec sheet, no, actually, I didn't say this about the FX2. FX2 spec sheet's trash. With this camera, if you look at the spec sheet, it is a solid camera on paper that has no price tag. Once you look at the price tag, for me, it changes everything.
So this is where we're going to put this. Luis, we're going to put this camera on trial, okay? We're going to put it on trial because I want you to know that this isn't hate. Hopefully this is super objective and hopefully we can see this camera for what it is, okay? So in 10 years, you had 10 years to come to the plate I mean, they might not have spent 10 years, but they had 10 years to come to the plate to present an all-new Mark III. And in 10 years, you didn't put IBIS into your camera. You didn't put NDs into the camera. And I get why you wouldn't. Maybe if this is like a photo first camera, but like photographers use ND.
But doesn't the FX, the Fuji FX106, that has ND in it?
I think so. And Canon's little point and shoot got 3 stops. No, that's where I get a little off. All right. So you don't have IBIS, which photographers do need. You do need IBIS,
yes,
especially hand holding.
Yes. Slow shutters.
Yes. You don't do ND on this camera. And then this is where it gets shisty. So if you go back and you look at the Mark II of this camera, it's the same exact lens. So that is a recycled part. That's hard. That's hard. If you're going to do a fixed lens, kind of like with your Leica and their fixed lens, it better be a lens that people can be in love with.
Yes.
In love with. Because if not, there's nothing you can do about it.
So Sony fanboys, this is where I need some help. Because when I saw this camera, I like full transparency. Every time a new camera comes out, just because it's not for me doesn't mean that I don't try to understand it, right? So I try to be very respectful, understand what this camera is, and a few things crossed my mind. First off, everything inside the body of the camera, other than the physical body itself, I'm pretty sure, please tell me I'm wrong, Sony fanboys, but I'm pretty sure you can get all that right now in the A7CR.
Absolutely.
For $3,000.
Yes.
And then
hold on, don't go further than that. That's a smack in the face. That's a smack in the face. You got a smaller camera,
A7CR,
with all the same tech in it, same sensor, same AI chip,
for $3,000.
And you can change the lens.
And you can change the lens
for and it ain't got no $1,000 worth of accessories. Disrespectful.
So you got this camera. You got a cheaper alternative already on the market. So then I was like, it's got to be the lens, right? Because for those of you guys who are not familiar with the Leica system, which is who this camera is being directly compared to, the Leica has the Leica Q, and the Leica Q uses a 28 millimeter Summicross lens. If you want to buy that lens by itself, it's almost $4,000 for the lens, right? So then I started thinking with this Sony system, it's got to be that lens. So I started shopping for just the lens by itself. First, I couldn't find it. So Sony people, tell me if you could find it. But however, I did find another Zeiss E-mount photography lens, f2 35 millimeter, for only $1,000. So what you're telling me is that there is a combination out there where you can buy a Sony A7CR for $3,000, buy a very similar lens for another $1,000, and you're still coming out $1,000+ cheaper with a smaller camera that can also change lenses, and it has a swivel screen, and it works within the Sony ecosystem. So like, I don't understand the price point. And that's why I say, if this same camera comes out and it's $3,000,
$2,000, $1,800,
it's not that bad.
No, it's not that it's bad.
I think the sensor alone allows it to be at least $3,000.
But here's the problem. You've already compared it against the A7CR.
Yes.
It's $3,000.
Right.
It cannot be the same price and offer less.
No, what I'm saying is offering more. It's $3,000, but you get the lens. You see what I'm saying? So you either pay $3,000 for a camera with no lens, that's body only, or you pay $3,000 for a camera, but it has that fixed lens on it. I think if the camera comes in at $3,000,
$2,000. That is just my opinion.
That's fine.
In my honest opinion.
Hey, look, that's fine. I'm just saying, if this camera costs $3,000, I think it is an instant buy for Sony shooters. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and you're not going to want to miss any other content we have on this channel. And if you did not enjoy this video, you probably shoot Sony. So that's all I'm going to say.